Greetings, it's Vaygrim. And our little house is coming along nicely. I need to talk to Journey Maps about having that disappear when the HUD is turned off. We're making a lot of progress here on the house, and it is definitely coming along. Yeah. Let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put away the speed backpack for now. I'm really liking it. I've made some improvements to my gear. I've had the boots for a while now. I think you've seen that. And I have the chest plate now. Or I've had the chest plate for a while. I have the helmet now. I put night vision and the sound locator on it. It's very, very nice, which means, as you can see on the right-hand side, I can turn that off and on. Sound locator turns on and lets you see little, like, pockets of lava or creatures making noise. I can go over here, you can see the livestock generally making a lot of noise. So it's very cool. It's very simple upgrades that I'm liking. It is empowered also. That means it takes less damage directly. Most of the damage is absorbed by the battery. Now, another perk for the house that I've actually made, down here in the kind of refurbished basement a little bit. I moved this down here because I don't use it a lot, but I do need it out. Here's the vat system, and oh, I need to put more. We've got a pretty big backstock of nutrient distillate. We've got 2 zombie generators now, in addition to our survivalist, our 8 times survivalist generator. Let's get this out. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, I have a power monitor up here that shows me my output and input and everything else. It's real nice. And, oh, it shows the machine buffers too, which is real interesting. I have a wireless charger. This thing actually charges stuff in inventory, which means my sword, my pick, and my armor, plus my new electromagnet, are all getting charged wirelessly while I'm walking around the house. Now, here's something I wanted to show you that's very important. It's right here. I'm actually gonna get rid of some of this clay. I have, whoopsie, an ender chest, right? And if I look, if you look right here, ender chest, yeah, it's that one. This one is, I need to talk to somebody about seeing if I can get the color of the pouch put on the tooltip. I have to put them in the right order, otherwise I can't remember. This one is green, 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 as you can see by Wayla up there in the top. What I have is a situation where I can put my tools remotely in this, and then I have filters set. Extract, and it extracts, basically, it is blacklisted the tools with full power. Now, here's the important part. You have to do ignore metadata. Turn that off. Turn this off, too, because it's not going to make any difference, but turn this off, specifically because then it will ignore the damage value, the durability. All you want is the power level, and that's the metadata. And basically what you do is you put the fully charged items in here, blacklisted, and it will pull anything but these out, which means even if you have 1 point down on RF, it will extract it over to here, into the capacitor bank, charge it up, and then on this end I have extract, whitelist with them fully charged. So it will pull only the fully charged items. And you'll notice my pick is got a difference in damage right here. I've repaired it since then, but it still works because I've done ignore metadata. The only thing you're worried about is match NBT data. This is an advanced item filter. You can actually make one of these with zombie controller, some paper, and redstone. This is made in that slice and splice we made a couple episodes ago. Solarium, zombie head, redstone, and silicon. It's really not hard to get materials. Gold and maybe the zombie head are probably the rarest of all of those, but that's not even that hard. So on the capacitor side, sorry, you're going to do, whoopsie, in, out. You're going to do an extract, whitelist, ignore metadata, match NBT data. And you get all the fully charged stuff whitelisted here all the fully charged stuff blacklisted here. So this pulls everything but fully charged out. This pulls only fully charged back out. That way it doesn't cycle back and forth constantly. It's a very specific setup. But what this means is if I'm way out, all I have to do is take off my gear. I'll find a nice safe spot, put it in here. It will get topped off. It should get topped off. Oh, I haven't added this. Silly me. And I probably have put enchants on those since... Yeah, see? This is the one thing. When you get new stuff, you do have to update the filters. Let's see. That one I'm going to actually blank out and redo. Blank out, redo. I'm going to add you. Extract. Let's redo those. Add that. Which means now, I think, yep, because of the wireless charger, that stuff's already charged, so it's not going anywhere. But that just proves my point. I can now find a nice safe spot, take all my gear off, put it in the bag, or put it in one by one as I am mining. Then I just put that back when I don't need it, and it's good to go. I really do like this. It's a remote charging system. So with the house, I'm taken care of by the wireless charger. Anywhere else, I've got this at my disposal. It is very, very nice. I need to really replace this with stone, but still. The basement's a mess. Oh, I don't know if you saw. I filled this in. It is filled all the way back in, so the only thing going that way is the cable. I did this because I actually got a blaze spawn down here. Scared the wits out of me. Another thing I'm going to show you real quick. The blaze spawner is up and operational. I've got all the power cables in the house swapped to the tier 2 power cables. I had to move that back one. I had a blaze spawn right here. So I think the range on those is a little bit wider. I have also, it's going to bust that open right now, put a double layer capacitor in here. Now, there was numbers. This was taking 800 RF per tick, and there were some numbers that were off on that. I think the numbers are still off. This is actually supposed to take 160 RF per tick normal, and then when you upgrade it to tier 2, it goes 320, and then it goes 640 for tier 3. For some reason, the math is off on this a little bit. I've got a bug report on it out to Crazy Pants. He's probably watching this episode anyway. And in a couple of weeks, when he's back from a long vacation trip kind of a thing, he'll get it fixed. So it's not a big deal. It's a little bit of a power hiccup. It still works. It's just not using as much power as it's supposed to. I'm going to warn you about that. So don't get used to those being cheap if this mod pack comes out soon. So, blaze rod. I've got a lot of blaze rods now. I went back to using this for experience because I can store more experience as long as I keep up with glass bottles. I can store more experience this way in one barrel, and it's a pretty good system. It works really, really well. So now, you see, we've got a fast-acting blaze spawner. The only thing we need to do now is swap this out for Killer Joe. Because Killer Joe, I can give him one of these, and we get better loot drops as a result. It makes me very, very happy. So I'm going to turn that off. The fire noise makes me really paranoid. One of these guys spawned right here, shot a fireball, and caught this whole wall of the house on fire. I lost about a hole right here of the wall and part of the roof. Thankfully, that's it. Nothing else actually got damaged. So, it's a good system, though. This means we actually have experience, which brings me to... Oh, before I forget, the survivalist generator, I think you guys saw it right up here. I've moved it down here. It's plugged in directly. Why did I move it down? Well, I'll show you. There we go. Right here, I have insulated redstone conduit. It is attached to the bottom of this daylight sensor. So when it's not daylight anymore, it sends out, when it's daylight, it sends out a signal that inverts this redstone torch, turns it off. The redstone torch at night gets turned back on, which means this automatically goes into charge mode. So now I have a solar survivalist generator. a solar generator from extra utilities that automatically starts discharging its power at night. So now this thing does about 10 RF per tick during the day. This does about 20 RF per tick at night. Now the only downside, the night's not long enough for this thing to fully discharge. So it always stays at least half full to all the way full. So every once in a while I'll stick a plate out here or a lever and flip it and just spend an entire day just charging it. But basically, this is a really good setup. This means I have solar power, and then I have basically lunar power as a backup. I have a lot of passive power, and it's really nice. I like it. If you look, we can go down here now that it's night. 28 RF per tick. That's just from that solar generator discharging its battery reserves. And as you can see, net positive. We've got no machines running. We run about 16 million RF backstock. Now here's the thing, right? We have this new machine. It's called a soul binder. The soul binder is used to make all sorts of interesting things. You can make an ender crystal. The ender crystal is actually used in the Staff of Traveling now. As well as one other thing that I'll show you in just a minute, the Frankenzombie. Enticing crystal. This is really, really nice. This makes an attractor obelisk. It draws mobs towards it. So if you have mob spawns, you can actually use this as kind of a mob magnet. So basically, you have to capture, the way this works, you have to capture a mob in a vial like this. And then you put one of those in the attractor, but it uses power when you use it. The Frankenzombie is used for Killer Joe. We need to make one of those, actually. Broken spawner. So what you can do is you can get any kind of broken spawner, and like, let's say a tainted sheep. You combine them in here, and it turns that spawner into a broken spawner. So now, if you look, I have, let's see, wisp. I picked those up. Cave spider, skeleton, zombie, pigman. I picked up a zombie pigman in a soul vial, combined it with a broken skeleton spawner, made it a zombie pigman spawner. So what I want to do now, I have a lot of, let's see. Oh gosh, I have a lot of zombie. So I'm going to go over here. Enderman. Zombie, 15 levels. So what I'm actually going to do, if you noticed, I adjusted where the XP drain is. I did this specifically so it's all one tank high. I can right click on this either above it or below it and get the experience I need. I'm going to pull out exactly 15 levels. 15 levels. Walk over to Soul Binder. Use player experience. Boom. And it starts processing. It takes 500 RF per tick unupgraded. It goes to 1,000 RF per tick and then 2,000 RF per tick for a tier 3 machine. And it takes a minute. But the result is I can make powered spawners for any creature that I can capture in a soul vial. And this makes me very, very happy. You get the empty soul vial back and an Enderman spawner. So now we can actually have a source for our Ender Pearls. This is very good. I always try and keep a few of these about with me. You notice my back stock of food. The nourishment level on Pam's stuff. This stuff is sitting in my bag for a while now because I never get past these first few stacks. Pam's harvest crap, the food is so nourishing once you get up to tier 2 and tier 3 food. It's so nourishing that I don't have to eat as much. It's crazy. So, the house is coming along very, very nice. I need to harvest the nether wart. Animals are doing good. Okay. We are back. Now, if you are perceptive, you'll notice something strange about this picture. What the heck is that? Why is there an empty slot? Well, that chest has been moved temporarily. It will be moved back. By the way, this setup is going really, really good. One thing that I have been taking advantage of lately, there's a plethora of lava underground, and it became a lot easier. Oh, I forgot to sleep. There's a plethora of lava around, and it became a lot easier to find it once I put my sound locator in my helmet, right? Well, doing that meant that I can find little pockets of lava underground a lot easier. Get a bucket, and if you notice, burn time, 20,000. Now, I did use blaze rods for a few minutes, since I can make them pretty easily. Blaze rods actually have a 2400 burn time. Standard piece of coal has 1600 burn time, or charcoal. Lava bucket, 20,000. So one lava bucket can take this thing from empty to about half. I think it's about half, or well over. Anyway, the boiler has become a lot easier to maintain because all I have to do is put 1 or 2 buckets in there, and I can do a whole batch of ore. Now, you'll notice there is another chest up here. It is light gray, light gray, light gray. I figure that's kind of the color of smooth stone, so to speak. Oops, wrong button. That is this one right here. I put this down here when I'm mining. I can open it up, put this here, and because this whole area is chunk loaded, this automatically starts processing my ore as long as I've got steam in this. So now I need to think of a way to have only 1 bucket in this every, like, I don't know, 5 minutes. 1 lava bucket every 5 minutes instead of constantly. Because while I do have explosions turned off, I do not want to exploit and keep this thing pressed at maximum constantly. I think that's cheese. I think that's too easy. I want a little bit of challenge to it. So what I'm going to try and do is come up with a 5-minute timer, maybe a 4-minute timer, and just do 1 bucket of lava every, like, 4 minutes. I might use some timers, redstone timers, from Project Red. We do have that at our disposal. We'll see, we'll see. But now I have remote ore processing, so there's a lot of stuff that might be waiting for me once I get home from a long trip. It's nice. So let's go up here. Dun, 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 dun. The Gatehouse. The Gatehouse is finished. If you notice, I have the jagged, slightly damaged sections of wall on each side. That is actually a city wall. This would be the front gatehouse to an enclosed village around a castle. If you go around the edge here, you'll see that there's actually a layer of stone on the outside and on the inside, and then in the middle, there's gravel. I heard you. Where are you? You little menace. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's shift right-click and turn that on. Okay. So, the 2 pieces of clay that I just picked up, well, 1 piece and the one I had, reminds me of why we're here. I have moved the crafting table I have over here. I've changed it to an easy crafting table, and I've moved it. All the rest of this is going to get relocated as well. Let me show you. I'm gonna do hidden for just this moment. We have iron bars. This would be the gate ready to come down. I'm going to try and see if DecoCraft has some kind of a wheel, knob, or a lever thing that I can put right there to look like it's going to come down. But this is the gatehouse. Basically, when you would come through, normally these would be shut. There would be a guard standing on either side. And then when you go up here, you'll notice there's balconies. Ooh, what's that? There's balconies right here. Well, if I go up here, this would be the actual balcony for the archers or warriors with pole arms to stand so they can stab down through the opening under the fence at invaders coming into the gatehouse. So if this one gate opens, if this one gate gets busted open by invaders, this one would still be down and locked. And the gatehouse would be the defense point where the guards would be stabbing down or shooting down with bows and arrows at invaders right into that bottom lobby, that waiting area right here. Basically, what sometimes got referred to as a murder floor. I know, it's pleasurable, isn't it? Well, you can have other guys right here with swords and shields charging over. This also could be closed off on both sides and locked, preventing invaders from coming up that route. Then you have up here, this would be the actual guards' quarters. They would stay up here. You also have a murder hole. Basically, anybody standing down there would be would have rocks, heavy rocks dropped on them, or boiling oil. All sorts of great stuff that you can actually do through this. I really do like it. I actually centered it slightly towards the front gate because it's too wide, not 3 wide. I centered it more towards the front gate because you're going to want it closer to the outside. I could have a giant cauldron right here that would be ready to pour over out of this at a moment's notice and take care of invaders. It's really cool. I like it. We have the side parapets. Normally, this would be walking out onto the actual walkway along the top of a city wall. But in this case, the rest of those walls are damaged. You notice these bricks. This is small stone brick, and this is small cobblestone brick. It's the only difference. These are chisel blocks, and I do like this because this looks darker. It looks like it's been damaged or roughed up. It's real nice. We got the same thing over here. We got these little window accents that I'm really liking. And then up here, we have, basically, you could have guards, archers with longbows, firing off at oncoming invaders. You could also have scouts up here, lookouts, ready to shout back down through the guard tower when somebody's coming through. I put the surveyor's telescope up here because I figured this is where we're going to be surveying the rest of the village. And also, you'll notice that is finished. Yes, and I have a viewer to thank for that, but I can't remember which viewer. Somebody made the comment. It might have been one of my friends in my IRC chat room. It might have been somebody in the channel. But somebody commented, why don't you get the island and fill it with cobblestone and just have dirt on the outside? Because I have an endless supply of cobblestone, not dirt. So that's what I did. That thing is cobblestone all the way down to the center. And that actually comes up as a good benefit. And I'll go into why in later episodes. In this episode, though, we have little blobs of clay. And we have a guardhouse that I actually want to decorate. So what we're going to do is take a quick look through this and try and find barbed wire. Oh, that's interesting. I actually want a couple of those. We're going to get, see, candlestick, wall, candle. There's all sorts of little things here. Chandelier. That's tempting. Grab one of those. A chicken plushie. Let's see. There's a coat rack, but I don't know. Doghouse big, doghouse small. Aha, here we go. Double beds. Nope. Guards would not have double beds, I do not think. Etch a sketch, that's funny. Basically what I'm looking for is some really nice decorations that we can actually use for the guardhouse. Aha. Knight statue, I actually want 4 of those. Jack in the Box. So much stuff that you can actually make. I'm going to do a long crate also. Let's do park ben. Picnic basket. No. Picnic table. Playing cards. So tempting. Piles of coal. Let's see. R2D, that's awesome. Man, there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do here. Sewing machine, seesaws. Oh, a shelf. That could be nice. Yes, single beds. That is what I wanted. I'm going to grab a couple of those. Actually, a few more. Let's see. Sink faucet. So many things. So many things. Gonna grab a couple of lamps. And normally I would have to have thought of a bathroom for these guys. We're gonna have to consider that at some point. Toy soldiers. Oh gosh. Wooden table. Gonna get a barrel. Get a couple of chairs, and I tell you what I'm going to do also. There were some full barrels up here that had... Oh gosh. Some apples. And some potatoes. Okay, we have a lot of stuff. So my basic thought was that this would be the guards' quarters. So what I'm actually going to do right here, I have a couple of these beds. Whoopsie. Aha. There we go. That's a little tight quarters. Let's do them here. I think what I'm going to have to actually do... There we go, and that puts out light. Hey, that's cool. Might rethink that just a little bit, but I specifically got these to mix things up a little bit. We can do one right there. Wait a minute. What the... Wow, okay. The inventory tweaks is not helping. Hey, that looks good, actually. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's put storage over there. And then on this side, we're going to put some barrels of food. And, ooh, I have a better idea for you. Let me think. Let's do... It's going to be close quarters up here. So what I'm going to do is step down. One. And I actually like those better than anything else. Let me go grab another one of those real quick. I also... need another one, another couple of those. Let's grab... Whoops, a lamp. We did the white one. And I also want a keyhole chest. There we go. So now we have that. We're going to put this right there. Couple of chairs sitting at it. Empty barrel in the corner. Whoops, wrong side. I want to go down the other side. It is going to get crowded in here real quick. That is going to be a little weird. That thing is three, basically it's 1 and 2 halves. I'm not sure I like that. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? New shipment. of something has come in and it's being waited to clear customs. This right there, right there, right there, and right there. Okay. With a little bit of an extra thing. Let's go back upstairs. And get some more stuff. I'm going to put that away. Top off some of our numbers here. And let's see what we've got. I'm going to grab one of those. And some of those. A little weird, but it makes sense. Let's grab table right there. Chair. Oh, there's a different kind of chair. I didn't even see a stone chair. All right. There we go. We got some card games going on in the guardhouse. Okay. Oh. There's no wheel. Don't know what else I want to do. Let's see. I think it'd be funny to put barbed wire between the actual parapet mounts, but I think that's going to be going a little bit far. Okay. So much stuff to actually choose from here. Clotheslines. But this is really what I'm absolutely loving about this kind of thing that DecoCraft puts in, what it injects in the game. It's more than just creative building in terms of like how you put the blocks in, how you decorate the... It's more about just putting the building together. It's about bringing the aesthetics together, and that really excites me. Stack of paperwork. And, bench. Let's grab a couple of these. We're going to go down. Let's see. I'm going to put these right there. And out on the town side. Yeah. No. I like it over there better. We can put some nice bushes and plants behind it. Oh, that's the stack of paperwork. Yeah, let's back up a little bit. That looks good. So now we have a guard tower. Yeah. Now there's one more thing that I actually need. That is what I want. Let's put that back. And now I'll show you something real interesting. I have the travel upgrade on this now. Shift, right, click. Is that cool or what? Now, there is a bug right now. I don't know if I have my configs wrong, but if you notice, none of that took power. RF is only like 45 down. And it was 45 down, I think, already. If it's taking power, it's taking like 1 point per. I have some part of my math and my configuration files wrong. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. Okay. Ace 5852. There you are. There is arms. Yes. Okay. Let's see if I can actually. No, he's got paperwork. There we go. Ace 5852. Trying to figure out why there's a crate stuck in waiting. Let's make some more guards, shall we? Power one bow. I got off a zombie. Let's see. Yeah. On this side. I hope that is actually Vexitos's name. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's get this out this way. Can't remember if there's an underscore after that or not. Bow and arrows ready to shoot intruders. I need to get some actual pallets. So I can put some color on these things. Greylock, ready to defend. Some of my best buds in the guardhouse, making sure nobody goes anywhere. There's going to be more sculptures that are going to actually be happening. I'm going to be using statues quite a bit from now on. You're really kind of in the way there, Vex, but that's okay. I'm going to use them a lot more often. And let's see if I can. You, come here. Not sure if that's her skin or not. I don't know. In an effort to channel some aesthetic greatness, I am going to, let's do that. See if I can get Rorax's help. Rorax is going to be surveying the town. Yes. Oh, I know. Think? No? I don't know what her name is. I'm going to have to check. This should be Raz. I'm going to be dotting my friends about the kingdom. Some of my Patreons will get, supporters will get positions in very special places. If you're a supporter via Patreon, you might get a place in the castle somewhere. You might get your own room. You might get your own shop somewhere in the village. Either way, this town is going to be populated. And, yeah, we're going to be doing it step by step. I need to get some clarifications on some names for all of these. But I think that I've got it correct for the most part. We'll see. I'm going to step down. There's Vex. There is Ace and Greylock. Okay. I think we're set up good. This is going to be a little bit of a longer episode than normal. But I do try to keep them down to 30 minutes or less, and I always fail. Thank you very much for swinging by and watching us finish the Gatehouse. Finish it for now. There might be more additions later. We'll see. But in the grand scheme of things, at present, I'm very happy with how it came out. I'm very much liking how it looks. Yeah. I do need to adjust the parapets a little bit. I don't like how that part kind of bugs me. How I might do stairs all the way across, but I'm still thinking about that one. I don't know. Right now, I kind of like the occasional supports. I think that's good, but I don't know. Anyway, this is Vaygrim signing off. Thank you very much for swinging by for another episode of Vaygrim's Chance. As always, I couldn't do this without you, my viewers. So please think about liking and subscribing and sharing some of my videos with some of your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Come back next time. We're going to start doing some more building. Maybe a few build montages. We'll see. Bye-bye.